Good evening. Oh no, I'm blurry. Oh, hold on. I don't have a remote yet. But am I in focus? Can you focus on my face now? There we go. All right, I'm back. I'm here. It's Thursday. What do we do on Thursday? I don't know. Maybe we throw it back. Maybe we have some fun. Just got some breaking news as I was just pulling this up before I started the stream here. So very, very exciting. Super fun episode for you today. One second here. Let me get all this set up. Get all this where it needs to be. Why aren't you where you're supposed to be? Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. It's amazing how, like, you come up with these ideas. You're like, hey, what if throwback rhymes with Thursday? And that's sort of a thing that people do. Do I need more bass? More bass. There we go. All right, let's turn that gain down a little bit. I was a little peaky there. All right, there we go. That's better. Feels better, at least to me. You're like, I'm gonna do like a Throwback Thursday thing, I think. And then the world is like, oh, you want a throwback? You want a Throwback Thursday? Foo, foo, foo. And they throw it all back for you, and you're like, oh, okay. Well, I guess the world is coming up, Millhouse. That is for sure. I will say, definitely something I wasn't expecting it, but you know what? Things are always coming at you. You take it. I watched it. Ooh. Baba, a chica bam bam, a chica chan chan. I love it. Good evening, pop culture mech. Good to chat. I gotta organize my folders here real quick. Get that. All right, cool. Awesome. Amazing. And then just to double check my history, I swear I'm running a nice smooth whatever. You all know that I'm flying by the seat of my pants most of the time. Yes. Okay, here we go. Perfect. All right. Well, let's not waste too much time, shall we? We got our big carton of Tanuki, and I'm going to pour it into my Chica cup. Chica sake. The sake that is got a young female in a kimono and a cat drinking sake. So she's of age, so we know it's okay to drink out of this cup. That's true facts about my cups. Oh man, I don't have to pull up anime for my anime review for today. So, kampai everyone. I did it. Ya boy did it. I signed up for HiDive. And with HiDive, that means this season I can finally watch Ya Boy Kongming without having any concerns as I do so. So later on, I'll also be checking up on Executioner and Her Way of Life, seeing how that show is going. But ooh-hoo-wee, I am only, I want to say 4 episodes up on this, and this show is fantastic. This show is amazing. So, basic premise, all right, we have Kongming. Oh, I can finally watch I Quit Being a Hero. I can do that too. I haven't watched it yet, but I can do that. That's a thing that you'll see me having the ability to perform. As you know, I love anime and things that help you learn. I think if your escapism can assist you in also learning more information that it's way more impactful than something that's just an interesting show. Now I'll grant you that like something that's just a fantastic show can be a cultural phenomenon, can be great, but when a show teaches you how a food thing about a culture, that it can teach you about history of something, like even if it's an inflated sort of like melodramatic version of history, or an over dramatic version of history, then it's still gonna teach you something, and it's really exciting. I love that. I really love that. And so getting into Ya Boy Kongming, we're learning about the Three Kingdoms. We're learning about Zhu, the great military strategist. Glad you got HiDive. Now we can talk Made in Abyss next season. You know I would have bought it just for Made in Abyss. I wouldn't have waited on that one. I would not waited on that one. Even this season, I was like, I'm gonna have to get it. This song's too freaking catchy. I'm loving the dance. I'm loving the bop. It's just freaking good. Just freaking good. So getting into our basic premise here, we've got Kongming Zhu, who is a military strategist from the Three Kingdoms period in China. So a lot of people looking at China now, they're like, oh yeah, I mean, it's just China. One China, like a singular Chinese government, is a very recent phenomena in the grand scope of history. Even Japan, their warring states period, their split division was unified a long time ago, compared to when China actually became a singular country, a singular government to represent everything. But way long ago, they had a three kingdoms that built up, that were all fighting for supremacy, and Kongming was a military strategist from the time. And for some reason, he dies and gets reincarnated as his younger self in the middle of Shibuya. So right off the bat, he thinks it's hell. That's hilarious, because Shibuya on Halloween might as well be hell for a lot of people. It might as well be. And some of the jokes when he gets popped into our timeline are hilarious. I love the person from the past who gets that stuff is new and then just tries to learn. I love that trope. I love that sort of cliche of, rather than being like, what is the magic box? And they're freaking out about like, the tiny man, get out of the television, or something like that. They're actually understanding that a smartphone is basically a book. They're like, wow, what kind of crazy book is this? And then they can learn and they can get into it. I love that. I love him learning about the modern era. I love that there's a character who's obsessed with the Three Kingdoms to the point where he is able to question whether or not Kongming is actually Kongming. That's hilarious to me. And I love that we get to learn these mythical, historical events that have been passed down as like Kongming used a magic to trap these troops, and he's like, oh yeah, we did very simple things. If you understand the weather, and it's just a normal thing that they did, but it's been passed down and blown out of proportion. But then also using those military stratagems as he tries to help this girl become the next American Idol or Japan Idol. He wants her to be the new singer. He thinks her songs are amazing. Her voice is great. So he's going to be her manager to make sure that she gets as many people as she wants to hear her voice. And it's adorable. It's fun. I am having a blast with it. Everybody in my house is having a blast with it. And chica chica bum bum, oh chica chica chan chan. I freaking love the song, and I love that the ending song is also like a song they sing in the show. Also fantastic. And yes, he does have a wiki. He has a wiki. He is one of the most accomplished strategists of the era, being compared to Sun Tzu. He has his own list of things you should do. He worked under Liu Bei. So if you know Liu Bei from Record of Ragnarok, he was pretty major in that one. I love how they use courtesy names in China. They're like, they're not a nickname, it's my courtesy name because my real name is hard to say, so you can call me this. Yeah, it's fantastic. I love the club scene. I love that they they're showing you like, oh, it's 1,000 yen for an hour of free drinks. That happens in Japan. You can just go to a place, give them $10, and then just keep getting cocktails until they essentially just start giving you juice, but at the same time, they're still giving you something to drink. It's fantastic. I love Nomi Hodai. Nomi Hodai is one of the greatest things that has ever been created, and Japan has it. All you can drink for a certain amount of time. Brandon, word up. How are you doing? It was really great to chat with you. That video is now up on Brandon's channel, so give that a check if you want to know what my top 5 anime from 2000 to 2009 are. I gotta say, Ya Boy Kongming is making a run for the 2020s for being up there on things I love. We'll have to see how it ends, but it's going to we're gonna have to see on that one. Definitely a reason to get HiDive. Now, is that enough talk about Kongming? Probably not. We'll probably talk more about Kongming because this show is so great. The music is good. I love using military stratagems on drunk people who are at a club. Like, they can't leave the club because of the way he set up the decorations and turned on the fog machines and is moving people around. Like, it doesn't take that much to really keep people stuck on a dance floor, but definitely liking it there. All right, how do I like HiDive? Their app on Fire sucks. Huge donkey scrote. It is not good when it comes to, like, it functions. You can go on it, you can find a show, and you can play a show. The first sin of the modern era of streaming is when I want to fast forward your movie or your show or whatever I'm watching, and you don't give me a preview of what I'm going to so that I can, like, real quick scrub through an ending to make sure that, because the credits at the end of Kongming are usually just black screen credits. There might be something at the end though, so I want to kind of scrub, right? I want to see what's coming at the end. What? How do you not have the little preview thingy? I don't get it. This is like when Netflix did that, it broke the mold on how screen to remote input worked, because you can scrub through videos on YouTube and you can see what it is, what you're clicking. Hilarious. How about the shows? We'll get to the shows. I'm not done complaining about the app. I gotta finish my app complaint first. Number 2, the Fire Stick remote has a play pause button, and the play pause button doesn't play pause on HiDive. I have to hit, like, the enter button to then hit pause. I think that's it. That's it for, no, one more. There's one more thing for now. Okay, I got 3 things. Scrub, not letting me see stuff. Having to hit the enter button to, like, go to the play pause menu, and then you don't have a next episode button. I can't just, like, hit next episode. So if I've got, like, 2 minutes of video left, I have to play it out to the end before I can get to the next video. All right. Web interface is all right. I will take your word for it. We're about to dive into that. This one? Did that work? Is that my... Yes, okay, that worked. As far as content, so HiDive used to be on Verve, and I loved when it was on Verve. It was fantastic. You could get classic movies. You could get Wicked City from the HiDive app on Verve. You could see so many of these classic shows, because HiDive, you referenced Sentai. It was Sentai's streaming service originally. Like that's all it was, if I remember. And now they've got the HiDive name, and I don't know if that came with them getting other content at the same time. But if you want to be able to go back and watch some other good shows, like we said 1,000 times on this show, if you're going to watch something, it should be good. You should have fun enjoying a show if you're going to waste time watching it. If you're not having fun watching a show, don't keep up with the current season, you know? We got a few shows that we're really, really liking. Like, I think you need to watch Love After World Domination so you can get your Power Ranger fix. I think Ya Boy Kongming needs to be watched this season. But the rest of this season really, you know, Spy Family you should watch this season as well. As soon as you get past that, if you're not already interested in the series, you're probably not interested in something else that is playing right now. But you could go back and you can watch Bakuan. Bakuan is a high school girls club all around motorcycles. Motorcycles for a high school girls club. And one of them is basically the Stig. She has a motorcycle helmet, she never talks, and she's the best racer among them. It's super awesome, and I love that show. And I love that there's a character who just loves Suzuki as a brand, because there's always that guy in a group that just loves the Gixxer. And if you've never been around people who like motorcycles, this won't make any sense to you. But like, do you remember Xbox Bro? Xbox Bro with his Mountain Dew and brah, I've been playing Gears of War. Like that guy, when that guy grew up, he got a Suzuki GSXR, or a Gixxer, if you want to be cool about it. They have that character as a Japanese high school girl. So Bakuan, hilarious and awesome show. You've got to watch it. Bodacious Space Pirates is amazing. I love me some pirating shows. I love me some space shows. And combining the two, giving us Bodacious Space Pirates, I freaking love it. Absolutely love it. It's how I was able, back when it was with Verve, that's when I went back and actually watched Big O. So you can watch Big O, and you can watch it in the dub, so you can hear Steve Bloom giving you the Spike Spiegel, except he's Bruce Wayne with a giant robot talking about Big O. And it's hilarious. It's a great show. Explosions, robots, everything going on. So when they broke away from Verve, I was a little depressed. I stopped following their lineup. Damn, these spoilers. Their basic premises. Get out of here. It's called Big O, and it has a giant robot on the front and a rich guy. Like, I think you could figure that out by looking at the cover. I'm not a spoiler man. Crazy, man. Verve was too powerful, never worked on the Fire Stick for me. Verve was insane. It used to be $10 for like 14 different packages. You could not like even comprehend the value that you got, because it was like $6 or $7 for Crunchyroll at the time, for the Crunchyroll like full premium one. So to get everything for $10 was insane. Oh, Big O tires. Compie, by the way, Brandon. I don't know if I'd compied if you were here for that. Go-Go 13. But do they have the 1980s Go-Go 13 movie with the awful CG? That's a real question. What else is on this list that you've got to see? New shows worth checking out: Cross Family, Ya Boy Kongming, Lord Baby Lord, Summertime Rendering. Is that like watchable? Because I feel like I went on Disney Plus because it was supposed to be there, and then it wasn't. And then I was like, well, I'm not gonna bother Googling it. I was just like, get out of there. Birdie Wing, also great. Executioner Way of Life, I'm excited for. Dude, wrong vowels. You got the right number of vowels, but you forgot Diamond. Diamond. The story of of making candies, the modern show. Oh my goodness. Go Danner is on here. Hold on. Go Danner. Oh, it was originally a 2003. Brandon, I may have to update my my top 5 list. Go Danner, I forgot it was a 2003 movie. That is a fantastic show about 2 robots that combine, and the people who are in the robots that combine are newlyweds. So it's new married antics and shenanigans plus giant robots fighting against weird enemies in a combiner, plus everybody's boobs and ass are just hanging out in the show, and it's hilarious. Jiggleworks, the robo show. You know, you misspelled it. Yeah, no, exact. I figured. There's too many vowels. You can't keep track of all the vowels. In case you need to learn to spell it, it's Go Danner. Go Danner. And the dub is what you must watch. I'm pretty sure it is like Lucy Christensen and that whole era. So it's a great series. So I'm stoked for a lot to see. Gotta go for now. Yeah, you with your crazy early streams, man. I think you premiered ours this morning at like 7 a.m. That's early for me. That is early. Gotta go for now. Check it. Have a good one. Compi, friend. Don't want to overhype Executioner, but it's good. The worst episode so far is the 5th, while the best is the 6th. Interesting. So they dip before they climb, I see. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I am so excited. We've got, what else is on this? Hidamari Sketch is a good one. Prince Stony Cat. This is just going to be the episode where I read out things that are good. But then still complain about how can you in this modern era make an app that sucks so bad? How? I don't... Doesn't everybody just copy paste the same basic streaming app at this point? They go pay for somebody and that person's like, yeah, I'm just going to rewrite the imagery and give them a different login, but it's the same basic streaming thing. Oh, they have Kaiji. Very exciting. That'll make Michael happy when he gets back. If he gets back. Bum, bum, bum. You'll never know if he'll show up next time on Blaine's Escape Corner. But I'm excited. There's gonna be probably gonna have some more Throwback Thursdays thanks to HiDive coming on the scene. Because Sentai definitely has a whole bunch of stuff that we can enjoy, and stuff that like people know about but they don't know about, like Penguin Drum. No idea about Penguin Drum, but I do know Raffion or Raxifion or Racrossifion, stuff like that. So very, very exciting. I'm stoked. I was ready for it. I needed it. Oh my goodness. All right. So Throwback Thursday, like I said, news just coming at me today saying, hey, you should talk about this. Number 1. Spriggan. I know this is throwback, right? You're like, oh, Spriggan, I know that show. No, this is new Spriggan. They've got a new TV series of Spriggan. Let's look. We can get historical with this as well. So Spriggan, fairy lore, from Cornish fairy lore. Spriggan is a dialect word in folklore. Spriggans were depicted as grotesquely ugly, wizened old men with large childlike heads. They were said to be found at old ruins, cairns, and barrows guarding buried treasure. Although small, they were usually considered to be the ghosts of giants and retained gigantic strength. And in one story collected by Robert Tunt, they showed the ability to swell to enormous size. Hunt associated these spirits with the hill fort known as Trencrom Hill in Cornwall. They were notorious for their unpleasant dispositions and delighted in working mischief against those who offended them. They raised sudden whirlwinds to terrify travelers, sent storms to blight crops, and sometimes stole away mortal children, leaving their ugly changelings in their place. And they were blamed if a house was robbed or a building collapsed or if a cattle was stolen. In one story, an old woman got the better of a band of Spriggans by turning her clothing inside out. Turning clothing supposedly being as effective as holy water or iron in repelling fairies to gain their loot. On Christmas Eve, Spriggans met for a midnight mass at the bottom of deep mines, and passerby could hear them singing. However, it was not Spriggans, but the Buckas, or Knockers, who were associated with tin mining and who played protective roles towards the miners, based on the collections of Robert Hunt. Characterized Spriggans as fairy bodyguards. English dictionary compared them to the trolls of Scandinavia. Learning. This is historical. Cornish, England, folklore. Spriggan. Also, it's a manga. What does the English lore and a Japanese manga have in common? Fascination with other countries' mythology. Just in the same way that I'm fascinated by yokai, people in Japan are fascinated about historical Europe and their sort of spiritual and other crazy things. This was a movie. They made a movie about it back in 1998. Very classic. The movie or the manga itself, 11 volumes, back from 89 to 96. So it's a very classic show. I am very interested to see what gets adapted. Are we going to get sort of a sequel to the movie, or are we going to get the manga? Are we going to get a retelling of the manga? 11 volumes, not a ton. You could do that in a nice, one season, see if they like it. 2 seasons, see if they go anywhere from there. As far as animation and everything goes, it's very interesting how it is CG, not CG. You only recognize Hans Eins Ehlers Lore. How good was the original? The original was okay. I have like very, very little memory of the original manga other than like the cover and like some screamy scenes. Like I don't remember a dang thing about Spriggan as a show at all. So I'm excited to see this because it's really well designed, at least in this trailer, which, I mean, in the trailer, you should be giving your best scenes, your best foot forward. It's got like a very heavily CG'd feel to it, but it's also very well, like, it looks 2D animated, but the way it's blending back and forth is very clean. So I'm very excited to see kind of where and how they go with this because it looks really good. It looks just freaking amazing. Very, very exciting. Very exciting to see this. Because you don't often get some like Cannon Buster came out and you were like, man, this feels like a 90s anime. Now I'm happy. And now we're getting another 90s manga that's being redone. So hopefully we'll see it come and see it do well. You know, I like to see him like stick to the original concepts and go with that. Number 2. One of my favorites. Urusei Yatsura getting reboot. We finally got a trailer for it, and all of the imagery we've been seeing where you're like, dang, that looks good. It looks so soft, so clean, so shiny, so beautiful, so smooth. At least, again, trailers can be putting their best foot forward. Where did everyone go? Brandon had to leave, and Michael ran away for fear of spoilers. Spoiler! Watch out! It's a spoiler. Here it comes. The only other potential option is that Ethan Ralph got on another phone call. No, he did. Did you see? Freaking Keem called up Worski, called up Ethan Ralph, and was like, all right, you know what? I really need to know that this is going to happen. So some sort of monetary penalty if someone backs out. And Ethan, I had somebody lined up, but they saw you yelling at Chrissy Mayer, and some of the stuff you said, they can't get sponsorships with the stuff you're saying. You have to not say stuff like that until the fight. Can you do that? I just don't. I'm not gonna self-censor myself just to, would you? I mean, would Medicare self-censor? Is that what You're talking about the difference between getting like 10K to fight and getting 100K to fight. And you can't take one word out of your vocabulary for a few months to get $100,000. Like, go shut up and cry on Cozy. You're never gonna see that kind of money in the next 10 years. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous that's even like a question. And then to be calling out Medicare as like oh man, Medicare's never gonna be in one of these like crazy fights. He would never pass medical, and you're like, oh, would he do it? If somebody said, hey Jim, I'll give you 100K if you don't say this word for the next 6 months, I think he would do it. He'd be like, hey everybody, I'm gonna not say this word, and I'm gonna make so much money I can take a bath in the ones. It's so stupid. Anyway, I don't want to derail too much. Looks like Botan. Little Botani, little bit of that space princess coming down from the sky to make your life better. So I can see the Botan comparison for sure. So Rumiko Takahashi, Takahashi's classic, popping back up. David Productions. I remember when David Productions first started out, and David Productions, what was it that I saw when they first started? Hold on, because sometimes the studio will do stuff, and you're like, oh, I thought that was their first one. Bento would be the first David production that I ever saw. That show was so well animated. If you haven't seen it, go watch Bento, BEN-TO. It's about people fighting for bentos. That's literally what it's about. So you'll love it. You'll enjoy it. But David, been around forever, doing great stuff. The entire trailer. Do they have a link to the trailer? Okay, perfect. This trailer looks amazing. Visually, everything. Like just looking at this section here, the way that we have this really strong line work drawing out the TV, and then in the background, we have that same really stiff line work, but they're giving it bokeh in the layers of the show, and you can see how it gets blurrier. So bokeh is when, like, my background is blurry. That's bokeh. Oh, Alexa, turn on Streamlights. There we go. blurry background. That's what bokeh means. So doing the bokeh with this really cool hand-drawn design, like it's digitally drawn, but someone like drew this TV as opposed to just having a computer model and render it. You can tell with like the way that the shadow lines go. So cool, so well done. Character model, very classic. It's like they took an old anime and just cleaned it up. Just said, what if we just drew it with a computer? It'll be the same exact cleanliness of everything. We're gonna have a little bit fewer lines. We will do our little halo highlights because we can add some depth that way. But really, really, really well done there. Couple ship result. Did they release? Do you know something? Do you have a link to drop? Are we about to get super excited about our hold on. Where is the Annie trends? Oh gosh, all of Twitter is the freaking depth trial. Get out of here. I don't want to look at it right now. These are the shows. Love After World Domination moving up to 7th place. Spriggan announcement. Yup. Boys in 8th. Do we have results? Week 5. Oh, you got me excited. But you know what? Culliver Bear, Steel Princess, and the Culligan Bear could have been something. But you know what? Yes! Woo! We did it! We did it, everyone! Kampai, everybody! I don't care. Grab something. Kampai me right now. It happened. Number 1. Fudo. Decimi. People, no. Bring down Izumi and Shikimori by 1. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. We pulled it off, everybody. I'm so proud of everyone. My faith has been restored. Oh my goodness. I can't believe they didn't like feed this to me. Come on, algorithm, get on your toes. Woo! Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. We did it. Number freaking 1. Oh my goodness, I am tweeting it as we speak. Oh my goodness. Bots have been defeated. Kagi is stuck at 4th. Even Komi popping up there is happy there. I can't believe it. If we had been able to get Barrack Steel, well, I mean, come on. We have to somehow beat Awashi or Science Fell in Love. Like something tells me we'll be able to if we can get a few more people excited about this, we'll be able to get Culligan Bear. Isn't Culligan the water company? To pop off on here. Oh, it's so do they have metrics on this? I am so excited. This is crazy. How many people voted? Like, because there's like 20,000 people that vote in that one poll. Top couple ships. Woo! I want to know how, like, do they give me any info on like how many people are voting in these or anything like that? No? Join the discussion. No, I don't think I will. That's a weird website. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. That's gonna be, I'm gonna have to like snip that, just make that right there. This right here. Number 1, number 2. That'll be my new Twitter background or something. I'll have to I'll have to do that later. Oh my goodness. All right, but we can't let up now. That's just step 1. Step 1 was reach the top. Step 2 is keep the top. Now, I think with that being the week 5 poll, we got a week 6 poll coming up. Week 6, if we're thinking about shows, that was really the beach episode show. So we should have some good push coming from that beach episode. It'll still be fresh in people's mind. That'll be what they're thinking of. They'll be thinking of, Shikimori and Izumi have interesting friends, and that's pretty cool. And they might even vote for friends instead of Shiki and Izumi. And with them splitting their votes, we'll be able to unify between Fudo and Desumi to keep them on top and get our Bear and Steel Princess into the running. But we will have to see. Oh my goodness. Thank you. That may be random, as you said. You're like, this may be random, but interrupt me with that kind of news any day. Kampai, everyone. Kampai. Top to the bottom, best in the sector. Best waifu ship couple in the spring 2020. This Hachimitsu and Blonde Friend will be number 1 next week. Oh my goodness. If Hachimitsu and Blonde Friend can overtake Shiki and Izumi, that would make me so happy. That would be hilarious. Like we can keep Fudo and Desumi above all of them. I have no doubt in that as a group we will be able to keep them above all of this. But if we can also get Shikimori beat by her best friend, that would be awesome. So we have seen the images of Lum and how they plan to draw her and how they plan to design her. Like we've been getting this. But watching her open her eyes and lean forward and seeing that each of these hair color highlights, each of these little glistle bobs, everything is actually in the movement, and it's not just like a still that they happen to have, made me so happy, so excited to see that popping off, that her hair flows and has all of these interesting colors to it, because she's out of this world. Like, it's beautiful. I love the design. I love the overall the aesthetic, just giving me those classic vibes like it's a manga coming right off the page, and they really just cleaned it up. Everything about it looks freaking great. I'm so stoked. I'm so excited for this show to be back. I'm excited for a new audience to see it, see what they think, because we've had enough of the Shikimoris and the Izumis and they're so wholesome, they're so great, she's got the pants, blah blah blah. Let's go back. Let's say to all of you people, this has been done before. We've seen this show before. We've seen better than this show, and this show is a cheap, shadowy imitation. The original is on I thought it was on HiDive actually. Yatsuya. The movies are on Crunchyroll. No, they're on YouTube if I remember. Yeah, you can watch them all on YouTube. They won't necessarily be like in order or anything, but if you just look around, you can find all of the episodes They're mostly hidden, but you can watch all of the original Urusei Yatsura on YouTube, because I don't think anybody actually officially streams it. The Kemner Curse arc. Yeah, everybody who votes for Shikimori actually reads Louis Kemner more than we do. And because he's not talking about her, they've forgotten about her. That's probably the real truth there. But yeah, and then they dropped this image with the two of them, and it just, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I am so excited for that. Man, best couple popping up for this season, and we've got another best couple coming on the next season. I am stoked. Levi Ackerman's voice actor is going to be the protagonist, Ataru. Sumire Uesaka is going to be Lum. That'll be pretty well done. That is for sure. I don't want to get too far into this, I don't think. It is the OG of the harem genre. That's a weird idea for an article. I wouldn't call this a harem show specifically. I wouldn't call it that, but I am stoked. Throwback. Boo! It does look amazing. Exactly. They're like, hey, you know what? What if we don't have to waste time on story. We don't have to really waste too much time on adaptation because we kind of know what the story already is. We just have to like revamp it for the modern era. And we'll see if they have it actually be based back in the 80s, 90s when it was originally based, or if they redo it to be a modern retelling. That would be an interesting potential change they can do to the show. So very, very exciting there. Very stoked to see what comes from that. And now for something that doesn't look as good. If I say Moe Blob, do you know what that means? Is this a thing that just happened for a minute and then stopped happening and then we all just called it chibi after that? So chibi is the art style where you've got a big head and a tiny body. But there was a time period where Moe anime all drew with this weird Moe Blob aesthetic. And we were fine with it. Nobody cared. It was just this weird thing that happened for like a couple years and then just stopped. And I feel like one of the endings to it was Umaru-chan. Like her Moe Blob hamster self was kind of the last Moe Blob show that I remember. And then I saw this article and I was like, I haven't heard of a Moe Blob show in a long time. Do people know what a Moe Blob is? Is that still a thing? Are we still interested in that at all? No idea. So we go from one of the best looking new shows that's going to come out in Urusei Yatsura to talk about classic anime that looked goofy as hell. A curious term, even by anime standards, Moe Blob is a label no character desires to be associated with. Those shows were kinda bad? Oh, Made in Abyss is a Moe Blob show. Huh. We'll see. We'll see if they classify this as that. I say no because the rest of Made in Abyss, outside of our main two characters, are not Moe Blob. And I feel like a Moe Blob, like everybody needs to be a blob. And I get it that I just brought up Umaru-chan and not everybody is a blob in Umaru-chan, but like, still to me, I get to make the rules here. This is my channel. You want to make the rules, you make your own shows. You can talk about whatever's a Moe Blob to you all you want. It essentially means a character is very cute but has no discerning personality and serves little real purpose to the story. Here's an explainer on what moe blob means, where it originated. Uh-oh. Hold on. Who wrote this? Page. You've written 17 articles? Do you know old anime? Hold on a second here. Hachimitsu the True Best Girl, Moriarty, Spy Fam. Shoujo anime rarely ever reach mainstream. What makes older isekai anime more unique? And it's Digimon and cat, what freaking dog, Inuyasha. I'm not getting a good feel. I'm not getting a good feel for this person's knowledge. Place to place counts as one, doesn't it? Hold on, let me see. I'll be the judge here. Place to place. Yes. Place to place is moe blob. This is definitely a moe blob show. Now, I disagree with what they just said. Character is very cute, but has no discerning personality and serves little real purpose to the story. No, that's not what a moe blob is. A moe blob is when your character is got a chibi aesthetic and no distinguishable physical form. They're able to do whatever they need to do in any scene, typically in moe anime, so it's slice of life, so they kind of are just doing everyday things, but they also just don't have a physical construct to their body. They can sort of adapt to whatever the scene needs or whatever happens to it. This is not a definition of moe blob. So already right off the bat, I don't know what's wrong with whoever did this. When kawaii just doesn't cut it. Yeah, I mean, moe blob is literally supposed to be like stuffed animals that are performing on screen. That's sort of the idea that you feel. If Made in Abyss doesn't count, then your favorite moe blob show is School Life. Okay, I'll let you have that one. How is the term moe blob? Oh my goodness. Did you cheat? Did you cheat, E-Class? Did you cheat and look ahead and see that they think this is a moe blob and that's literally what the link was that was right there? Can you read hyperlinks? You're insane. Derived from two words, like so many Japanese phrases, moe refers to a character who is very cute and helpless, so much the viewer will instinctively want to protect them. I don't know that that's what moe means either. Why? Is this gonna be my favorite moe characters? Oh, no, Aren, whatever. Get out of here. You're on your phone. Okay. Blob comes from the English word that means a drop of thick liquid. When combined, it creates a less than affectionate word referring to cute characters, often female, whose entire personality revolves around them being cute and weak. Here are some examples. What? No! I'm not wrong here in what moe blob means. There's nothing weak about the Lucky Star characters, but that's like moe blob to a T. Moe blob is the aesthetic of a literal droplet of a character. What traits make an anime character moe blob? As characters, moe blobs are typically small and cute, and they're often female. There are rare instances where the trope can be applied. It's not a trope, get out of here. It can be applied to male characters. These characters are usually shy and soft-spoken, which often results in poor social and communication skills. When crying, they never ugly cry. Their eyes will get big and watery, and their cheeks will puff up and turn red, making them look even more helpless than usual. And it'll be freaking rainbow fountains of tears. Definitions will be crafted to fit the article and not the other way around, and don't you forget it. Aharen from the currently airing Aharen-san is Indecipherable is a perfect example of this. She ticks all the necessary boxes to qualify as a moe blob, especially for the small and cute part. Her smallness in particular is often highlighted in the show by comparison to her seatmate, the co-pro Rido, who just about towers over her like moe blobs. You agree with Michael? Exactly. That's what we're learning here. Aharen has poor social skills, which is why she has no friends. Prior to meeting Rido, everything about her character just screams, "Look at this small schoolgirl! Isn't she cute? Don't you just want..." What are you doing, Kit Kat? Want to come off screen? Yeah? You want to come say hi? Come here. Hey everyone, this is Millie. Millie is my sister's kitty. She's a silly little chunker. Oh, aren't you? She also talks a lot. Don't you? Yeah? Yeah? Meow. Meow. Aren't you just a silly? You are silly. Are you a silly Millie? Yeah? No? Oh, all right. You can go. All right. I'll have to make sure to tell her that the cat made an appearance at what are the times? How long have I been recording for? How do we know? Who oh, it's 57 minutes. So 57 minutes in. Cat makes appearance. I'll have to make a note of that. Yeah, apparently it's just a moe character that is quiet and doesn't do much. That is apparently the definition of moe blob. Now, boom, send that. There we go. Moe as a genre in anime. The term moe came about in the late 90s and became popularized as a genre sometime in the early 2000s. Read my credit card number out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't remember how many numbers are. 16 for a credit card? 444? Yeah. Shows that feature a cast full of moe blobs are often either based on dating sims or slice of life anime, featuring cute young female characters with ages ranging from elementary school to high school. These types of shows will often have many cute girls who stick to a specific archetype. The short one, who's older than she looks, the school idol, who seems to be practically perfect in every way, except of course when it comes to love, the temperamental tsundere, the quiet daughter. These are just character, like, personality types. You can put any of these personalities into any image. Having male characters in this type of show is entirely optional. KyoAni was one of the first studios to really popularize the genre, with many of its earlier works being adaptations like Air, Canon, Clanad. It featured high school aged girls that yelled out things like "Ooh goo," spoken in third person, and obsessed over cute mascot characters. Lucky Star and K-On! In particular brought more recognition to the term moe among overseas fans for outright using the word in series on more than one occasion. Moi moi kyun. Moi moi kyun is what the maids say when they make your parfait tastier with magic. And you have to get it done, and you have to perform the ritual if you go to a maid cafe in Japan, specifically a maid dreamin'. The two studios soon became well known for their signature soft puni plush art style that's present even in Free and Tsurune, with a predominantly male class. What? Did I miss Free? I don't remember a moe blob being in Free. Ugu. While there is no shortage of moe characters in anime, It has started to decline in recent years. Even KyoAni, the master of moe, has begun to branch out to other genres in recent years. In fact, despite Lucky Star and K-on's popularity in the mid-2000s, both shows never received popular conclusions, with Lucky Star getting an anime original ending and K-on concluding on the graduation of the initial cast, blah, blah, blah. In fact, all of the other KyoAni has ever produced, Free is the first currently the only series to receive a third season. So for anime fans with a hankering for more good quality moe titles, they might have better luck checking out some visual novels. Well, but that is not moe blob! You literally just get to the end of your article about moe blobs and you're like, oh yeah, but moe blob, but moe blob, but moe blob, moe. And you're like, no, you're just talking about moe. Oh. Oh, I see. They went to the Wiktionary. At the Wiktionary, it says, a moe character with a generic design and no defining personality traits. And yet they went on to list personality traits for them. However, no definable traits physically is what the Urban Dictionary says. I think the Urban Dictionary is a little closer here. Used it comedic purposes in Free. You haven't seen it, so it's just a guess. Yeah, me too. I've never seen it in my life. Who would watch Free? Weird. Crazy. You like Free? In anime, a moe blob means a character that is extremely cute, and that's it. They have no other qualities, no other defining features, hence why they're indiscernibly blob of moe. Western anime slang normally uses criticism against such characters. Essence, a moe blob character is cute for the sake of being a cute character. They do nothing more than look adorable and talk adorably, to the point that it feels extremely forced, out of place to the audience. Furthermore, since moe often attempts to make characters cuter by trying to make them look and behave more like children, characters who are extreme moe blobs end up being high school girls that look like they're in grade school. Get out of here, fly. I don't think I got it. I tried. You didn't watch Free, but instead watched 50% of the abridged version. That's a valid way to watch a show. If you're watching the abridged series, I'll count it. I'll count it as you've seen Free. I hope you're ready for whatever that means. I don't know that this helps. Doesn't refer to a genre. Kind of does though. Like when I think of a moe blob show, I'm thinking of like a show full of moe blobs, which will have a very specific genre that it's going. Mechanic knows the best way to watch sports anime, the abridged versions. I've seen so many abridged. We got DBZ abridged, Hellsing abridged. There's your other part of the throwback day. All the abridged shows that we used to have. Ava abridged. That was a fun one. Was there a Gundam? Did they Gundam Wing abridge? Hold on, let me see. Because if they did, that's hilarious. Just a subset of Slice of Life. Yes, looks like somebody did. OP Meets and Operation Mecha both did one. So there are. Is anyone confused about this? No one's confused about this. Why would they be? Confused about what? The only thing confusion right now is why more anime aren't abridged. Oh, that's right. The overbearing DMCA system. Slice of life of school life. You could get moe blob in the workplace. Like if they tweaked the character designs a little bit, Miss Shachiku could easily be a moe blob. That whole series has the very soft aesthetic already. So if they just sort of blobbed her up a little bit, that show could easily be a moe blob. Oh, freaking RPG Real Estate. RPG Real Estate is a moe blob show in the modern era. And that you've got the three cutesy girls doing cutesy things. They all look cute. Even though like one's a warrior, one's a priest, one's a wizard, and the other one's a dragon. They look adorable and cute. So we've got modern moe blobs still. They try to add more to it. Like we've got this dungeon underneath the town. The dragon is destroying cities. So we don't really know what's going on, and there's a chance that one of our moe blobs is part of it. Could be any number of things. I don't understand. My husband is moe blob. Is there a missing punctuation in that, or are you just? Nope, my husband's a moe blob. Just throwing him right under the bus. They can do that with Futaba, and the senpai is annoying. Yeah, she's a bit moe. But I think it's just the aesthetic. I think your moe blob can be an interesting character as long as they do other stuff, and that moe blob is purely the aesthetic of that like weird, childlike, very rounded, designed character. Futabu. E-class is based. No balls on my Fuda. Cannot breach the sanctity of the Fuda stack. There's your real. That's a real moe blob. Oh, we are getting degenerate, and by getting I mean we're probably well into it. Oh my goodness. Does anybody have anything else that they found today? Those are I was just shocked that I got back to back throwback related things just popped into my timeline literally hours before stream today. Oh my goodness, some people. Bye. Oh my goodness. Did nothing. Hey, hashtag E-class did nothing wrong, am I right? All right. I'm gonna call it for tonight. Oh, what an interesting show. Anyway, so we've got Urusei Yatsura for a throwback that's coming back. A Spriggan coming back as a show here in June. We've got moe blobs. We talked about those, how we still have modern moe blobs, even though I feel like it's a kind of a throwback thing. So there we go. As long as you side with Aaron, you can do nothing wrong. Hashtag Aaron did nothing wrong. Probably. I don't know. It'll take us like 2 more years to figure out if Aaron actually does anything wrong. Because at the rate they're going now, it's going to take them the next season just to get the Titans up onto the beach, and then the next season to get the Titans to the next block. So it could be a long genocide. That's all I'm saying. We will find out. They seem to love Shikimori. The Titans love Shikimori. Anyway, make sure you're voting. We got an off week this week, so not there's some shows that aren't coming out, some stuff that's being delayed by a day. So we will see, or delayed by a week. So we'll see how this week goes. I'm hoping that Love After World Domination is able to steal even more of the spotlight. Being that they'll get a show while we get some sort of placating from Shikimori. I'm stoked to keep diving through HiDive, but in order to dig a little deeper on some of these Throwback Thursdays, very, very exciting to do that. There is a correlation between people that like Shikimori and people that think Aaron was in the wrong. That is true. There is probably a direct correlation there, so we will have to worry about those people there. Yes, slap the button like you slap the bass. Pop that like button, share it with your friends, pop it on Twitter, pop it on Facebook. Do what you got to do to make sure that the world knows that this exists. You think Aaron made a mistake not creating an alliance with the country Marley was at war with? Just waited till Marley won. I feel like the whole world hates him, so he's probably like, you know what, screw everybody. So if they're gonna fight each other, let them fight each other till they're done, and then we'll come in and clean up the scraps. So I can see that for sure. But I will be back tomorrow for our Fun Time Friday. We'll be chatting it up and really just enjoying ourselves as we talk some more anime tomorrow. I'm stoked to catch up fully on Ya Boy Kongming. Maybe I'll have some, Executioner and Her Way of Life prepped so that we can start chatting about that as well. But thank you for popping in. It has been a blast. Kampai to everyone in the chat, and make sure to kampai that like button. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Kampai.